is Black Series Edition LLC with gunmetal crystal edge technology screen, the Imperial, and also two new company coming up under the FLE-VT. So I explained that my entire desk here is actually coated with the FLE technology. This is the Alpha CINEMAX. We're going to be bringing out soon. This is going to come with some really cool LED lights. As you can see, one of the LED lights actually wrapped around my desk over there. On that side, it's going to come with these really cool lights attached with it, with the kit. So right now, I have a little nice mini projector set up where I can project onto my table, and using just Velcro and a bracket for a bookcase bracket to hold it up. But pretty much that's basically about it. It's a little mini Pico projector at around 50 lumens. And this is on my desk. I designed me another one of these. I'm actually building me one of these for the house. It's going to be a much bigger desk I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to paint the entire thing with the coating. I'm going to set up multiple mini projectors so I can watch multiple screens right directly on my table. Let's come out of this real quick. So let's get, let me see. 4K demonstrations. I'll bring you a little up so you can see a little more better. This is the setup right here. Pico projector right there. It's all attached. Just using a simple box, some heavyweight Velcro, and that's basically about it.
Wawa has pizza, and now get $5 off when you order in the Wawa app. Gotta have a Wawa. Hulu and Disney Plus are better together for one low price. The Disney bundle with Hulu and Disney Plus.
Now even my desk has an Infinity 1 contrast level now. This is actually a giant projection screen I'm working on. Now, we get this all the time. We have people constantly try to mimic our demonstrations. Let me explain something to you. In order for you to pick up any kind of OLED, any kind of contrast, anything involving black, anything whatsoever, you have to read an Infinity 1. That's the only way. I can't show, if this desk was coated with a gray screen paint or even a gunmetal, whatever, guess what? I can't pick up the Infinity contrast level, which is needed. So if I want to turn my entire desk, or I want to projector map the entire desk to turn into a galaxy, can't do that without an Infinity 1. For those who don't know what the Infinity 1 is, it's the ultimate contrast, which means you don't have any level to contrast. You don't have that 10,000 to 1, 5,000 to 1, 20,000 to 1, 2 million to 1. You don't have it. It's infinity. Only black technology has that ability. Our technology has Infinity 1, it has a heightener level 4, and it has our new FLE, ambient light rejection technology gain. "4K snow screensavers."
Getting that from YouTube.
This is the heightener 4. So the heightener 4 gives the screen to be able to ability to pick up extremely high white levels. So not only can the new technology, if all our technology does the same thing, well, this one's a little different because it does pick up a much higher white level, and it can take in 10 times more light than the other screen paint. But again, like I said, our ambient light rejection, Black Series, is no joke. that dedicated CINEMAX. This is some of the interesting stuff you can do with our technology. As I said before, gray screen paint, you can't do this. It's impossible. You know why? Can't read in contrast. Can't work on the desk if you have to be in the dark. I can actually do paperwork and watch the screen at the exact same time as if I was in the other house. I can actually read a book and watch a movie off my ceiling. So it has limitations. You can't do things with gray and white screen. It's just not going to pick up. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, my desk was white. This is what I pick up. This is a 50 lumen projector right here, Pico. They don't register. They do not read on white screens. Guess what else they don't read on? They won't read on a gray screen either. Watch this. Go over and pull out our contrast level. We turn our desk into outer space. So at the high power projectors that we use, if a 4000 and 5000 projectors that we use in our demonstrations do not pick up on gray and white screens, guess what? Nothing else will. Now, can this white sheet of paper turn this desk unwatchable? Let's check this out. 4K Snow screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
No. Virtually impossible. You need contrast in everything. Contrast is literally embedded in everything. Even when you're watching a snowstorm, there's contrast in it. You're going to have trees in the background. The trees are going to be black at the end of the day, or they should be brown, but they're going to be black at the end of the day. You're going to need contrast. If you're looking at literally a white screen all day long, that's the only way you're going to see a difference. Other than that, you need contrast. And you see our white levels are absolutely amazing for the FLE technology. I love this projector. This projector is chargeable. So I can do about maybe, I think, 8 hours on this unit. Let's get a color red. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's see if that white screen can pick up some colors. Is she listening to me? She's getting it from YouTube. It doesn't respond. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
There we go. Won't pick it up. I told you. In order to pick up proper color balance, you need a black technology. Your projector is absolutely useless. So this 50 lumen projector we have over here that I paid about, I think, $75 for, it's completely useless without our technology. It won't read it. That's why those of you using white screens and you go out and spend the money for these expensive projectors, you're lucky if you get 30% of your projector's capability. You're lucky if you get it. You get nothing out of a white screen. Blue screen.
Good afternoon, Kenneth. Getting that from YouTube.
That was interesting. See? That's what I've been talking about for years. We do all those demonstrations and we show you different surfaces, certified screens, all that good stuff. They can't read the screen. Only our technology gives your projector the capability to read.
Sorry, Sue, I can't get the Wi-Fi.
No one can. We got rid of cable internet. Right.
Oh, this is actually deep dark blue. Can't see it, can you? We can. It's right there. White surface can't read it. Let's go with light blue. Nope, can't read. Like I said, white screens are completely useless. And I see these in a lot of office buildings and stuff like that. People buy a white screen. Then they'll go out and they'll buy an expensive projector thinking that the projector is going to fix it. This projector is working perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. So what people do is they have a projector like this. They'll go out and spend the money for a more expensive Pico projector and say, okay, this will fix the problem. It's not going to fix your problem. Not ever. The problem is that the projector is working perfectly fine. The problem is, actually, no, sorry, not the problem. Your projector is working perfectly fine. The problem is your screen can't see what the projector is producing. That's the problem. Let's go over to, oh, get that slow color. I did slow color. What about some beautiful fish? There we go. Like I said, when I was over at Best Buy, and I heard that guy tell that woman, she spent $3 grand for this projector. And I wanted to say something so bad, but something say, you know what, keep your mouth shut. You know, it's none of my business at the end of the day. I'm down to buy something and leave it at that. She spent $3 grand for a BenQ projector, 4K, and she bought a white screen. He told her to buy the white screen. Oh, don't, you're good to go. All the colors, everything that this projector can produce, you're going to see it on that screen. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're not going to see jack at all, period. You're going to have to be in a really dark environment, and you still can't see jack with the lights out. Because you still can't see it. If you can't see the image with the lights on, guess what? Lights off, you still can't see it. You just see a watered down version. That's what you're picking up. A watered down version. This is 50 lumens. Let me see. Oh, got some OLED demonstrations in here. Let's grab one of these. So not a lot of power in a projector, 50 lumens, that's basically about it. Now, as I told you before, for some people say, well, maybe I got to go up on my lumens. Go ahead. What you're going to do is you're going to wash your screen out even faster. Just introduce more light to the screen. You can't pick up. Let me put you over here real quick. Okay, but I'm seeing color. New to freaky late. You can't read it, you can't pick it up. Gray screen. I'm gonna take this. Just a little bit. Why does paper always stick so well? Easily. There we go. Now, I can't believe I'm actually saying this. If you can't see an infinity contrast level on a gray screen, you can't read color. Starfield screensaver. It's simple. It's very, very simple. I literally go into debates all day long at forum sites, and they go, no, a gray screen can see contrast. No, gray screens do not see contrast. They don't. They pick up shades of gray. The darker your gray, the better your contrast. That's what it comes up to. Perfect gunmetal is gunmetal that's tilting on the edge of being near black. So if our gunmetal produces a much darker shade of gray than the other gunmetal, then we are the more superior gunmetal. But we have to maintain extremely high white levels, which isn't hard to do because, again, we can get black screens to produce high white levels. What do you think we could do with a gunmetal? So if you can't pick up the black level, that means gray screen is an obsolete product. Now, you may say, is the gunmetal obsolete? No, the gunmetal, when it came out, is more advanced than the gray screen. The only difference between gunmetal is gunmetals are very expensive screens. $4 or $5, $3,000, $5,000 projection screens. So this is why that screen still exists. Now, because of us and us bringing out a gunmetal technology under, I think it's under $300, under $300, we now obsolete the big boy gunmetal, but also, too, that goes also with it. Because our gunmetal technology can pick up a contrast way beyond this. So let's go over here and let's pick up a Starfield versus our black technology. Now, so you get a slight improvement over the white screen. Because when it all started off, it was the white screen was everything. Everybody had white screens, white projection screens here and there. And then later on, these gray screens popped up, which we got involved in that with the gray screen paint products. And the gray screen gave you a little bit better contrast, a little bit better color. But again, next to a black technology, it doesn't exist. So for those of you who have gray screens, this is what you read. Those who have white screens, that's what you read. Our customers who have our technology, that's what you read. You can't read your contrast. I don't care how much money you spend for your projector's contrast capability, you will not read it. All right, let's go over to the color red. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
All right, we'll pick up our reds here. Now, as you see in the reds, see the red here, see the red there. Now, does it look like this has the ability to turn my screen dark and unwatchable? We're going to court for that one, by the way. But anyway, yeah, we already know what YouTuber did that dumb nonsense. We got himself in a lot of trouble. But anyway, see that? Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, there's impossible to turn any of our black technology. Gray screens we test on all day. I test on gray certified screens, not gray paints. Certified gray screens. So if I can beat a certified gray screen with no problem, what do you think I can do to a paint? Yeah, so this is the improvement that you get from the gray screen versus the white surface. And this right here is our black surface right there. So if the only problem is gray screen can't read the infinity contrast level. It can't pick it up. Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
And we're doing this at 50 lumens. Now you see our color is much more deeper and richer than the gray screen. But see how the gray screen is an improvement over the white screen. This was the purpose of the gray screen when they came out. That they could show an improvement over a white surface. But the problem is that's now obsolete. It all comes down to two things. It was never about white levels, it's about contrast and color. White screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's see if either one of these can turn my screen unwatchable. As you can see, our screen doesn't turn that dark black color. It was supposed to be popping up on YouTube. Oh man, I'm telling you, clean your clock day is coming soon. Now, you see the white levels here, see our white levels there, or this is the balance. That's not the balance. That's off balance. This is balance. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Matter of fact, let's pull up the color solid black. Black screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
It's a solid black screen. It's on right now, so I can show you that it is registering. As you can see, you have to pick up an infinity contrast level to read that 100% black. So all the colors and even different neutral colors are important when it comes to watching projection setup. It's not just, some people think at the end of the day, oh, it's just whites and colors. No. The contrast is extremely important. This is why they inky your projectors up with these high contrast levels that you pay a lot of money for, that they think that you're going to be used, but you can't use them at all. You can't read it. You won't see it. Let's go over here. Let's go to the OLED horse.
We found the right model. Now what would make you feel comfortable with the price? Well, nope.
Told you. Can't read it. See the difference here? Washed out here, 100% black here. Mind you, this is an OLED demonstration. So that means the background must remain black also at all times. Gray screen can't read it because it can't register a contrast level, and the horse is faded here and it's producing 100% black here. So what you pick up on a gray screen is a shade of gray. Supposed to be black and black. You're picking up gray and darker gray because the gray screen can't read it, and the white screen can't read any of it. Yeah, this is what I've been trying to tell you all for the longest time. I want to show you my desktop a little bit, but also like to educate people as we go along and we talk about these things. Now, again, you buy a gray screen. Guess what that means? That means you just outdated your whole setup. That's what you did. You buy a white screen. Well, you can actually improve that too. You can actually paint over that. You can paint over this. And this would be the more superior technology because this can actually read the Infinity One black level. Bring you in a little closer. So you can see right there when I'm in front of my projector. And we're at 50 lumens pico. This is what I see when I watch demonstrations of people showing off, try to prove a contrast level on their screen paint. This is what I see. Your background's coming up way too light. It's supposed to be much darker than that. It's supposed to be that color right there. Now, if you look at my PC, you look at my keyboard, all this is black, right? Even my printer's black, right? It's supposed to be matching this side. If it's pulling up a black level, all this is black. It's not supposed to come up that color. All right, let's remove this. Take our white surface out. And let's put the gray in. And there you go. So if you call yourself advancing your white screen to a gray screen, you just failed. All you did was just give it a little bit of an upgrade, but not by much. Next to Infinity One, black screen, you can't do it. Let me see. Here we go. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Yeah, I told you, you can't read color. Color won't register on a gray screen. You can't read it. That's why you're in there calibrating. That's why you're told to calibrate, try to get your colors right, because your colors don't look right, do they? Especially when you turn the lights on, they look even worse. Look better when you turn the lights off, don't they? Guess what? With our black technology, it doesn't make a difference if your lights are on or off. That's why I can watch TVs on a 180-inch screen with a light in the middle of my screen. Because, again, our technology is designed to actually absorb ambient light. Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
So if I were to paint this whole entire desk gray with a gray screen paint mix, I would be cheating my projector at 50 lumens. This is the reason why, gentlemen, we don't get on forum sites. You know why we don't get on forum sites? Because imagine if you got a forum site that you've had for about, I don't know, say a couple years, and you've been talking about nothing but gray screen paints being the best. Nothing but gunmetals being the best. Nothing but white screens being the best. And then our technology steps in there. And then you find out that the very thing that you thought was the best is not the best. It would be us. Now, I know we got other people out there claiming to have black screens. Again, I can't express this enough. In order for you to have a black screen, it has to be black. You can't have a screen come up gray. It doesn't work that way. It has to come up black. Let's go with 4K Snow screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's see, it's a gray screen can turn our screen unwatchable. Now, I said before, I got certified gray screens. They can't make our stuff unwatchable. Heck, even Black Diamond can't even make our stuff unwatchable. How would a house paint do it? Oh, we've done house paint, have we? Or we have. I like this. It's going to be my educational screen. 50 lumen projector, chargeable. $75. Sony, 1 hour, 4K demonstration.
Getting that from
We're going to do something called transition. Now, transition means that your screen can change from a 100% contrast level, from a 100% contrast level to color, and then right back to those beautiful bright colors. I like this particular demonstration because it has a perfect transition section in it. Let's see how bad the reds wash out on the versus next to our technology. Watch this. Yeah, told you can't read. Can't read it, can't pick it up. Not gonna register. Here we go. Transition. We'll start off with a nice, beautiful scenery of blue. See, our screen maintains its white levels with no problem. Gray screen's not registering. Now, this is the reason why I tell you, watch a lot of demonstrations on gray screens to show a lot of bright colors. To stay away from contrast levels in fully lit environments because the screen will have problems. There's a transition. Gray screen's not reading. You know how low the contrast on this projector is? There isn't any. This projector doesn't have a contrast capability. But with our technology, we can give this projector an infinity 1 contrast capability. Which means with your 10,000 to 1 or 2 million or 5 million to 1 projector, you can't read it. Because you got the wrong screen, that's why. There's a transition. Now see that, we'll go back again. Show you that transition. Nice, beautiful, bright colors. Our screen's registering the nice, bright, beautiful colors. There's the transition. There you go. That's why you can't use gray screens in no form of commercial environments. They don't work. We've done it already. They don't work in commercial environments. They don't work outside. They don't work inside. They don't work on pico projectors. They won't work on ultra short throws. They don't work on venue projectors. I would know. I have more projectors than most people do testing on their products. We tested it. It won't work. White screen picks up less. Gray screen does give you a bit of a bump, but not good enough. This is the reason why they got to spend $3,700 for a projector, and they still can't read that contrast level with the 2 million to 1. I saw that in the demonstration when the OLED emblem popped up. That's supposed to be black in the background, not gray. So all that money wasted. And here I am over here with $60 projectors under 500 bucks. It's my $75 Pico projector right there. The gray screen is still struggling. Can't read that contrast level. Now, just so people don't get their bonnets twisted, any gray screen, because some people take this as just theirs, any gray screen can't read it. I don't care if you go and get yourself a Gray Wolf, you go get yourself any of the gray certified screens, it can't read it. So why, if you go to Elite Screens and you ask for their best screens, they'll choose the most darkest screen they got, which is a Dark Star 9. Unfortunately, that screen's going to cost you $3,000. Look how our screen maintains that beautiful color level. So you just watch the transition. That's what we call the transition. The screen should be, projector is changing the level of color, contrast. Your screen has to do the exact same thing in sync with the projector. If it doesn't, that means bottom line, you're going to pick up a poor image. So on a 720p 600 by 800 res projector, that's what we're using right now. Our mini Pico at 50 lumens. This is why the FLE technology, when we developed the portable screen setups, I told you, they're going to look like TVs. I was watching somebody doing the van life, and they had a nice little projector setup, but again, white screen. Washed out, poor image. But it came up so much better with our technology. Well, we're going to be working on that pretty soon. We're working on a portable Pico setup projector kit. It comes with a 50-inch screen, portable. I'm using one of these all around Allentown. This is how my image is going to come up. Look how beautiful those colors pop on that black technology. versus the gray. And that's if you have a white screen, you're not picking up anything on a white screen. You're not registering anything. So if you're thinking about upgrading your white screen to a gray screen, you have failed. You have still cheated your projector. That's why I told you, our technology is the only technology. You want the most from your projector. That's why our technology is the best investment. Now we know we got people out there who made some really stupid accusations about our products being unwatchable. We're going to let the courts settle that this summer. I finally got a court date coming up. So we'll see you soon. You're going to make false accusations about my technology at the end of the day. I'll see you in court. Look how beautiful that looks. Now, also too, as I said before, what I've seen so far with the black screens and paints out there, yeah, we've already seen one already that pretty much has backed down from our products. We did make the attempt to go in and buy the product again. Ooh, moved an entire state. I really will never understand. That's actually really interesting. New one for me. Actually a new one for me. But anyway, I didn't show you at the end of the day that we are the only one. I paint screens. We've already tested their stuff. This screen is actually really like a kind of a dark gray. It's not really a black screen, and that's pretty much it. We're the only ones that actually test it on that level. So when I mean by we're the only ones, we are the only ones. If you want the most from your projector setup, you don't want to get ripped off, then that's why you come to us. We can't even bring the menu up correctly. Let's go over here, right? Oh, fireworks display. Definitely got to do this off the desk. Now, for those you've always said, I had people say, well, you know, what about dark? It doesn't make a difference. We got demonstrations with Mr. Mannequin and a dedicated theater room that I actually did in the other place. And the gray screens don't read. They won't register. And the white screens, they do a little better. Grays give it a little bit. But again, you can't read that Infinity One contrast, which is very important. So how would this compete with the TV or this? I've heard people say on their demonstrations, TV-like. No, you don't have TV-like. You got to pick up an infinity contrast level to pick up the TV-like. LG Beta Fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
LG Beta Fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
You know the Tinder date was good.
So you have to pick up amazing white levels. It's needed. White levels are very important because they're needed for color. This is why we do the black on black demonstrations to show you that if you were to use any kind of black paint or fabrics or anything else at the end of the day that does not have the ability to read white light, then guess what happens? Your color levels drop dramatically. White levels don't pick up. They can read contrast. Any black service can read contrast, but can it read white light? And that's important for color. See how beautiful the fish is? See how the background remains a 100% black level? Watch when it hits the gray screen. Completely washes out. We don't have to use 2,000,000 to 1 contrast projectors in order to basically fake our contrast levels. As I said before, this projector has 0 contrast attached to it. And because it's on our technology, it produces a brighter, more colorful image. But not only that, it has an Infinity One contrast attached to it without you paying extra money. so. 8K desired nature. Oh, you knew it was coming, didn't you? They knew it was coming. They're like, oh, shoot, it's going to bring up that one. Yeah, I'm definitely going to bring up that one. Because you should be able to read it. And if a gray screen can't, if you have to bail out of a room because this bothers you, well, that means your product doesn't work. I don't need 2 million to 1 contrast in dark environments to do this. I've done this demonstration just about everywhere you can possibly think of. Bounces off ceilings, giant screens, floors, everything. That's why I tell people going out and spending money for these projectors to try to produce these contrast levels, you're wasting your money. Now, even though the gunmetal technology you're working on the Imperial doesn't have an infinity, I guarantee you one thing, it'll beat every certified gunmetal screen that hits that screen. I've done it already. Did it with a Phantom. Phantom had a gunmetal version of it. So I've already proven that I can take out any certified screen with the gunmetal technology because we've done it already. So when the Imperial launches, it would be one of the most affordable gunmetals on the market. It would have the ability to do things that other gunmetal screens can't even do. Like you don't need 2 different screens because you have ultra short throw. And you can take it outside if you want to. I don't think you're going to drag a $5,000 screen outside for that. Its contrast levels are going to be darker than any gunmetal you've ever seen. It won't be black, but it'll be quite impressive. And if you are claiming to have gunmetal, you can't match it. Now, as for the black technology you developed, this is where you see Infinity 1. And think about it. Didn't even have to go out and spend $3,100 for a projector. 0 contrast capabilities on this projector at 50 lumens. Look how beautiful it looks. That's all the improvement you're going to get on a white surface next to a gray screen. That's it. Ain't much. Bring it back a little bit more. I have people come into form sites with gray screens. Oh, you don't understand. Gray screen picks up contrast. I can see it when the lights are what? When the lights are out, that's when you see it? Oh, that's a shame. How much money did you pay for that projector and that setup in there? That's really, seriously? Especially if you're running ultra short throw. That's even more embarrassing. And you know why? Because the ultra short throw is designed to be the set-top TV. They're supposed to be designed to replace TVs, and that ain't gonna work too well if you ain't got the right screen. Because if you're in the dark with an ultra short throw, that's pretty sad. And the reason why, like I said, they're designed to replace TVs. When you buy a TV, do you have to turn on all your lights? You have to be in an ambient light controlled environment. You don't go through any of that. You don't, right? It's a TV. Then how are you going to compare that to a TV? I be in forum sites all the time, and that's what I hear. Oh, it's TV-like quality. No, it isn't. Turn your lights on. See what happens. Well, it works better with the lights out. Bring up some beautiful colors and contrast levels at the same time. Those of you that game, I have no idea how you game on gray paint. I don't know how you do it. Especially if you're playing Call of Duty. I don't know how you do it. I think my next splatter screen, I'm going to do a border, a wide border, so the screen can catch it. And we'll do our screen in the middle, like a little small spot. Just to show you exactly what you're losing. So if you upgrade your white screen to a gray screen, You have failed your projector. Now, I told you that the, well, actually, our technology, yeah, the Black Series Edition, they're tested on 50 lumens. That's why we own the projectors. That's why I have so many projectors. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the demo. Let's do something real quick. 4K snow screensavers. We'll do some more of those. Like showing up the white levels on black technology. It's fun. Let me see. Oh, let's do this one right here.
The best time to get a Reese's? Anytime. I'd also accept all the time.
Now, I heard somebody saying once, or we already challenged him in court on that one, because you don't say things about my company. If you can't back it up, people, this is what it comes down to. If you can't back it up, you're going to say things about my company, I'll take you to court on it. Let the judge decide. I want to use 5,000 lumen projectors and 4,000? Really? What do you think I bought these things for? We're also, too, going to challenge in court that whole thing about using special settings on our cameras. That's also, too, going to be challenged in court. Mind you, if they lose these are very hefty freaking lawsuits because they went around spreading these rumors. They carry around somewhere between $80,000 to $250,000 if they lose this in court. So they're going to have to prove that we had special settings on these cameras to do so, which is going to be interesting because I was on site through an entire building, and I don't think how I would have pulled that off. How would it be to pull off special sites on my camera capabilities if everybody saw the screen at the exact same time? On site with other people walking around in the environment besides myself. So if you can't prove that in court, it's going to cost you 80 grand or 250,000, depending on how the lawyers lean on it. And they're making claims that we have to use high-powered projectors in order to produce high white levels. You can't support that claim either. It's another $250,000 I'm going to sue you in court for. It's like I went up there and I said something about Diamond's that zero edge technology they have. If I said that screen basically pulled up a narrow viewing cone, oh heck yeah, them guys can take me to court and sue me on that. And that screen does not pull up a narrow viewing cone, because that's one of the things I was quite impressed when I saw the screen. I was like, wait a minute, what the freak? And it pulled up nothing. I'm used to seeing those screens come with that little dark edge around it, but nothing on their side on that one. So if I went in and lied about that, made a false statement about their product, and went around to continue to say that, guess what they got the right to do? They got the right to take me to court and file a lawsuit against me. Yep. So that's what I'm doing with these guys. They made that statement. Special settings on my phone, right? Something OS, whatever on the phone. Yeah. And you better hope that works. If it doesn't, it's going to cost you something. Where are we going to go to next? Oh, let's do some fire. Fire! Now, if I say out of my mouth that your products don't work, they don't work. How do I know? I bought enough of it to know. I bought like $1,900 worth, actually more than that. But I bought a lot of their stuff. And it doesn't work at all, period. Now, we would have got a chance to test the other stuff up, but, you know, somebody got scared and changed the state, took our state out completely out of a shopping cart. So, it doesn't give much of a leg to stand on. Look at that. 50 lumens. That's it. That's my projector setup right there. I got to run it through a fire stick. So this projector is pretty cool. It's battery powered, self-chargeable. So basically, there's no light system on the side. We can see how long it takes to charge up. But you charge up with a simple cell phone charging system. It actually powers the fire stick with the USB and HDMI port right there. Also has headsets on the side too. This is why I want to invest in this company right here from the door. I love their Pico projectors. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm definitely going to be reaching out to their company because I'm very interested in doing business with their projectors. Look how small that thing is. And people say, well, if it doesn't have all the apps, I don't need apps. I got a fire stick attached to it. There we go. Did all my apps right there. And these things are cheap too, like 75 bucks for these things. On top of, like I said, Fire Stick goes here, charge unit goes here, and this thing charges up. You can actually carry it. It's completely portable. Oh, let me see. Cartoon Network. Yeah, 15% on the battery life. I wonder how much, I don't know, how much more on the unit here. Oh, 8 hours charging time. I think it's 8 hours. I have to look it up on this projector. I'm about around 8 hours. UV Bears. UV Bears. That's one of my favorite ones. Beautiful colors pop. The past time here. What's past time here? Now we could put on a specification sheet that the FLE Alpha CINEMAX picks up at 50, but now we got it at 1,000. I mean, they can pick up pretty low.
What's with the couch?
These new Lego sets got him so much more into cars.
I swear.
Tires on everything.
So many advertisement for kids. At the end of the day. Oh, Reach. I gotta check that out. Wait, hold on. Let me go get this right quick. Greatest American Hero. Some of y'all probably remember this. Some of y'all probably don't. Greatest American Hero. It's a good TV show back in the day. Can we go back to the beginning of the intro? Remember this when I was a kid. This is back in the day, people. Man, these were the shows, man, back in the day. These were the shows. You had freaking $6 Million Man. All those shows, man. I still watch all that stuff. I watch everything. I got everything. I got Taxi. I watch all these old shows from back in the day. This is my stuff at the end of the day to watch. 10 Speed and Brown Shoe. I don't know if you remember that. That's way back. 10 Speed and Brown Shoe. Welcome Back, Carter. All of them. Laverne and Shirley. Happy Days. That's what I watch at the end of the day. That's what I like to watch. Well, they got V on here. I remember watching that whole episode. That was a huge blockbuster hit when that came on TV. V, they announced it so much. That was on CBS or whatever they announced it on. Other favorite one is Taxi, too. Taxi is another one that's a beautiful one to watch. Welcome Back, Kotter. Welcome Back, Kotter. What was the other one, too? Hill Street Blues. That's another one. For the New York City cabbies were 57 Chevys. Get with one of these things, you were definitely not getting back up. Danny DeVito. Man, those are the classics. Look at this.
How's dinner, Elaine? Hmm? Good, huh?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I really appreciate
One of the things I like to do, well, it's not so much. Out of curiosity to figure out how many are still actually alive. Kind of ashamed too, because I kind of memorize all this stuff. It just stays in my head, but let me see.
Don't thank us, Elaine. Seeing you.
Bring up the cast here. Nope, all those sitting at the table are still living.
Believe me. Well, what about a stranger?
You know that is, right? That's the guy from Back to the Future. That's the scientist from Back to the Future. He passed away.
Not a chance. Hey, Elaine, help me go get him.
No, I don't
Come on, come on, and walk will do you good. Come on, baby, put it easy. Sit down, Bob. Get it. So tell me, huh? What's the part? What's the part? Let's
Yeah, he passed away right there. And the other guy who does the crazy guy with the crazy voice, the mechanic, the guy from a foreign country, he passed away also. But I kind of like to go back and see exactly how many of them are still alive. But the rest of them are still alive. Actually, he's got a show right there on Netflix, a really good one too. All right, people, I gotta get out of here. Gotta go. Got things I gotta do. Hope you enjoyed a little TV show, a little flash from the past. If those you remember this particular era, you know what I mean. Maybe you're gonna hop up on your Fire Stick, or they got them on basically. I can't pronounce it. It's a Tubi. You know what I'm talking about. Should have the app right here. But anyway, they have them there that you can watch them. And they also too have it on Free VTV. You can watch them on there too also too. All the old schools from back in the day. Hogan Heroes, all that stuff. I'll watch all that stuff from back in the day. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the demonstration. And like I said, just showing you the difference between why I told you that gray screens, they just don't work. They don't pick up. White surface, even more. Just not going to be to get what you need out of that. Hold on for a minute. Outer Space 4K YouTube. That's where I'm going at right now for my desk. I want to do the space station because that thing has a whole spiral thing. Space station screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Ooh, let's do a wormhole.
Wawa has pizza. And now get $5 off a 14 or 16-inch pizza with melty mozzarella,
This is what people are used to seeing. See how they do? They take a gray screen and they'll stick it over a white screen. Look, you're picking up 100% contrast levels. This is more interesting. Starfield screensaver. Blacker levels.
From YouTube.
So this is what they'll do. They'll say you're reading the contrast level. See the contrast levels between here and here. You're picking up a much darker contrast level. You see this remote control? It's black. No, you're not. That's why I said anything you put against the screen. See right here? There's a palette right here. So my sunglasses came in. That's also black. Yeah. See, if your screen came up gray, even my hoodie is black. If your screen came up gray when it's supposed to be black, yeah, it should have been able to match this with no problem. With no problem. But they try to fool you and say, hey, look, you're seeing a contrast level, and you're actually not seeing a contrast level at all. There you go. Now you're seeing the real contrast. That's 100% contrast right there. But that's how they try to fool you. See, look, you're seeing a contrast level. And they'll darken the environment, so it's less light in the environment to try to darken the screen. And so you're seeing a contrast level, and technically you're not. You're not reading it. Oops, piece of paper doesn't want to go with me. Now I'm going to check out my desk. There we go. All right, people. Hope you enjoyed. I got to go. Thank you all for your time. Be safe out there, and God bless.